Keep your eyes closed. You must be absolutely conscious, being with yourself, because sometimes discussing, analyzing, talking too much about thoughts, you can lose yourself unconsciously in that analysis itself. Always busy observing the thoughts, forgetting long before the thought begins, you are already there. By habit, please do not equate meditation with a preoccupation with thoughts. In the name of being conscious of your thoughts, you forget to be conscious of yourself. Thoughts take away your attention. Analysis takes away your attention. It is needed. You must understand the mechanism of every thought, but unconsciously cannot afford to lose yourself in that explanation, analysis. With who you are is not an explanation, an analysis, product of any logic or observation. You are Sve Mahimni Rajati Swarat, shining in its own glory, awareness that you are. You don't need any thought, including I thought. Just see yourself. Or else by habit, the moment you sit down, unconsciously go into that occupation of observing a thought, witnessing a thought, reacting to the perceptions and thoughts. To be in meditation is being yourself. Of course, you have to recognize the mechanism of all your thoughts and emotions. But long before thoughts begin, emotions take their shape, you are already existing. Just see that, please. To be the self-awareness. No thought is needed. No perception required. No analysis, no observation. Effortless, immediate. Settled in yourself, always abiding, being conscious, then you play with the creation, using your mind, your body. Just like a fisherman, angler, steady on a boat, has put the line in the deep waters, catching the fish, playing with it. But by chance it gets dragged by a powerful fish, it will drown and die. Can you be that steady angler? Be with yourself. You can handle small thoughts, simple knowledge, and emotions absolutely complicated. The big fish in the deep sea. But you are the water. Assuming the role of a fisherman. But you are the water itself. So no question of being pulled down or dragged by a thought. Every thought is beautiful. And you need all your thoughts. You need the conscious built up. Without that, there is no creativity, no way of living your life. You need the built-ups. As even you can't live inside a brick. Brick by brick, you have to build a home. and to stay inside the home. Now choice is yours. Do you want to make it a beautiful home or a prison? Home is one where you are free to get in and get out. The prison is somewhere where you are incarcerated, imprisoned, cannot come out. Your thoughts. Are you a prisoner of your thoughts? Or you are the owner of this house? Ignorant man, unconscious individual, a prisoner of his thought and emotion, builds up to be confined, to be a prisoner forever. One who builds a home of a thought chooses to go in and out. Wise one. Both build. One is imprisoned, other is a monarch, the king of the palace. Observe yourself. Are you the king, the master, or are you a slave, a prisoner? Be yourself. Being the king, you can play the role of a slave. Free, you can play the role of a prisoner. But the prisoner, however much he pretends to be a king, free, a slave, how much he may pretend to be the king, the master, it will be a slavish king. Observe. Who you are, independent of all thoughts, projections of every kind. Therefore, watch out, not to be lost in these words, analysis, understanding, insight, witnessing, being conscious of a thought. All these are activities. Who you are, doesn't need any action, any thought. But you being the self, the awareness. Vedeshanga Vadakramopanishade Yandiyam Samaka Yanavastita Tatgatena Manasa Shindiyam Yogina Yashyantam Navidasura Sura. See that just like when you are one with the silence, enjoying the depth of silence. You don't want even to say the word silence anymore. That word becomes a noise, redundant. Being with yourself, even a prayer, becomes redundant. You don't need to say so many words to be with yourself. Being with yourself, knowing it as God, your very being is a prayer. Because every word needs effort. Every action needs effort. Being one with yourself, one with God, so effortless. That is why no more there is compulsion. So you see for yourself very clearly. Please appreciate these verses. We shall move on. All right, please just read it again. Dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sammohah sammohat smriti vibramah smrtivanshad buddhi nashah buddhi nashat pranashyati ragadvesha viyuktaistu Vishayanindriyaischaran Atmavasyir videyatma Prasadam adhigacchati Prasanna chet prasade sarva dukkhanam Anirasyopajaayate Prasanna cetaso yasu Buddhi paryavatishthate. I hope you have seen it. Please observe. Every thought, emotion must be a very, very familiar terrain. No thought, no emotion should remain a stranger to you. As much you are aware of yourself, clear of yourself, that much of clarity in relation to every thought, including I thought. And therefore, your body, perception, perceptible universe, also very clear. So there is total clarity of perception, vision, from the gross to the subtlest, from finite to infinity, from perception to imperceptible. Very clear. That is why you sit down for yourself. You think for yourself. What is the thought you cannot handle, cannot manage? If you can handle from the first thought, the moment the thought comes up, you are conscious, then every built-up is your choice. And as I told you in meditation, built-up is needed. Without built-up, we cannot live through life. Built-up is creativity. Don't generalize thoughts as distraction. No. A built-up is creativity. How you write a poem? How do you write an article? How do you write a book? Just like, without built-up, can you build a house? Brick by brick, you have to build up. Life is built up, continuous built up of different things. What is architecture? Brick by brick, they build palaces, hutment, anything you like. What is an art? Painting, stroke by stroke. Every stroke in the brush is a part of the painting. What is cooking? Step by step. What is a discussion? Step by step. What is movement? Reaching destinations, step by step. All built-ups. That is why remove that idea from the head, that thoughts are problem. No, no, no. Thoughts are the problem. Thinker is the problem, not knowing how to use the thought. The I is the problem. But you must watch out, whether it is a conscious build-up or unconscious build-up. Sometimes you are building a thought by thought. Sometimes it is happening by itself. That is why you sometimes get an idea, suddenly splashes. It's a product of a build-up, but you didn't decide. Suddenly an idea comes up. How does the idea come? You are sitting down, suddenly a beautiful idea comes up. That's not a prison, that's not a distraction. Such creativity. More restful you are, more serene you are, you'll get those thoughts, ideas. A disturbed mind doesn't get ideas, no creativity, because so much lost in his pain, misery, self-pity, pain. This cuckoo, so beautiful, they have started coming now. Morning I was sitting down there, just listening to them. Why? 25 years back when we took this place, believe me, there are no birds in this area. Very rare. You'll hear from a distance. There are no trees, no squirrel, no sparrows, no birds, nothing. It is an empty land. Now when you start planting everything, now everybody has come back. Beautiful. It's like Asthana Vidwan. Ashram singers, they are there around, all over, singing. Not only that, cuckoo, so many birds are there. Watch out. As I was watching, sitting down there, a thought comes. It doesn't attract only the cuckoos, even the peacock. See that the peacock calling, the females, coming from the forest, joining. From 2 you have got 4. Not only they are coming, but also the trees will attract hawks, hunters, snake. Everything comes up. Same thing in this knowledge. Yours is a barren land of ignorance. Now you start thinking. And you become very sharp, very intelligent. The moment you are intelligent, not only confidence comes up, but also perversion will come. Because you can be not only confident, but also arrogant. Chances are. Both will be attractive. You can be very dismissive, arrogant, justifying every one of your mistake. Why? You have got strong logic with you. Most people lose themselves in that. That is why you have to be absolutely conscious. Enjoy the cuckoo, but keep the hunters at a distance. Beautiful ideas will come. At the same time, perversions also will come. What is wrong if I do that? So what? Nobody can give you a logic. Are you getting that point? Because you have a very strong logic with yourself. Very strong logic. How does it matter if I sleep? So much so, with one single thought, you'll run away. The study becomes, oh, enough, useless. Just think of it. When these thoughts are rising, you have to be very conscious, like a cyclone. There is nothing else a cyclone in this world. You don't see a ready-made cyclone somewhere. Do you see a ready-made cyclone? Big cyclone, ready-made cyclone. A cyclone happens. A gentle breeze comes, built up, built up, built up, built up, built up, built up. Now it gathers momentum. It's a gentle breeze, low pressure, suddenly starts moving, become a super cyclone, moving 200, 300 kilometers speed. Same thing also, there is nothing called ready-made depression, ready-made dejection, ready-made anger, ready-made jealousy. No. It all starts with a single thought, your first thought. That begins your unconscious build-up. The huge build-up takes place, then only some people are aware of it. Until that they are not aware. It is just like when you are sitting down in a garden, then you saw at a distance a snake comes out of the hole. You are excited. You see the snake coming out of the hole. It's a rare sight. You are excited. Ooh, very nice. Then you see it's going somewhere. You are also excited. Then you see coming towards you. 100 feet away, but coming towards you. Still you are excited. Now when it comes 50 feet, oh, 30 feet, oh, coming towards me. You are watching. 10 feet, you throw one stone. It goes away. That is, you enjoyed the whole show. Another one is, you are sitting down, now suddenly 2 feet ahead, one snake. It's not suddenly it comes. It has also come out of the hole. It was 100 feet away. It has moved, but your eyes are, you are dreaming. So suddenly when you see that, now tell me, the snake comes suddenly or you see it now? The snake doesn't come suddenly. The snake has started moving. You see it now. The emotions come suddenly or you are watching it now? Suddenly I see there is a habit. Suddenly? It has come in time. You are not conscious. You are building it, but you are not conscious. Are you getting that point, please? So thought also is exactly like that. First thought comes up, a gentle breeze, just of a knowledge. Then start building. Vishayan, dhyayato pumsa, sanga upajaya. Then desire, sankamaha. It takes shape to the greed, anger, forgetfulness, total lack of discrimination. You lose yourself, meaning you can lose your friends, lose your people, lose your life, you can lose anything. And all those emotions of very complicated kind do not happen just like that. You only become conscious for the first time, but it has been going on. So what shall I do? Simple thing. How do you deal with the cyclone? You put a satellite, cyclone watching satellite. You put a satellite. When you put a satellite, now the satellite is tracking the cyclone. Cyclone tracking satellite. How do you track any animal, a whale? You put a radio transistor there. Some prisoners these days, they are given a bracelet, prisoner's bracelet. The person cannot remove it. There is an electronic beeper. Wherever they go, the person knows where the fellow is. So, as even there is a satellite tracking station, what is that? Satellite tracking station or satellite tracking the cyclone, can you have a thought tracking satellite? That is being conscious. Every built up you are conscious. When you are every built up you are conscious, you can switch it off whenever you like. The taste of your being conscious of a built up is, listen, the taste of your conscious built up is, you can switch it off whenever you want. If you are being angry, you can switch off your anger whenever you want. If you are overtaken by anger, you can't switch it off. You are planning to fall in love, get attracted, you are planning to have something. Anywhere you can stop it, you cut it off. When you cannot stop it, infatuated, unconscious. That is why you cannot stop a child from going to the toy, because children are unconscious. They are going, they are totally dragged towards it, pulled towards it. You going to the toy, you take the child away, hands, legs, everything, they cry, miserable, everything. No, I want that only. Why? Unconscious. The grown-up adults also, grown-up babies, they also do the same thing. But only thing is they don't want to make that stubbornness visible, so physically they will move away, mentally they will go on going crazy. That is the difference between a child and the youngster, a child and the adult. Child will be physically demonstrating his anger, whereas the adult will be smiling on the top, but terribly angry inside. That is why you carry that anger for a long time. Incident is forgotten, but your anger is there. Oh, that man, that person did that. That anger is there inside. When you carry so much of this nonsense, there is no place for something else as though. Think of it. Suppose you are carrying your anger like that. Anger, hatred, jealousy, something like so much inside. The moment you close your eyes, those are the things will come. Anyway, so if you watch it, anywhere you can stop. So you are no more a prisoner of your thought. Everything you are consciously building, such a person. So, you are a master. But suppose, okay, these are already built up. I don't know what to do about it. All right, be You can be conscious of yourself, nothing like it. Suppose cannot, certain thoughts are pushing you, it doesn't tell you to dismiss the thought, negate the thought, but know how to express the thought. Ragadvesha viyukteihi vishayan indriyehi charan. Indriyehi, with your sense organs, move on to the desirable sense object. Desirable sense object means the object that is bothering you. Very responsible statement. When the thought is affecting, that is that thought is affecting you, you consciously express your thought. Now there is a problem. Suddenly some people, those who are, little logical, they laugh. Oh, so every thought you will express, huh? Suppose you feel like talking to a girl, go and talk to a girl. You are like, hey, don't do that. You experiment on one thought, where there is no further complication. If it is another person, there can be more complication. Because you may be very consciously trying to find out whether you are conscious or unconscious. The other person doesn't understand that, so you can get a slap. Try it out with unconscious object. A coffee, song, food, try it out. Same principle. If you can handle a single simple thought, you can handle any complicated thought. It's like you don't have to learn swimming only in the Olympic-sized swimming pool. In a small canal also you can learn swimming. And then where shall you swim? Anywhere. Can you handle a single thought? If you can handle a single thought, you shall know the trick of handling every thought. So don't give this unnecessary logic. Oh, so you are giving a sanction for somebody to express his thought. No. You must appreciate what is that thought which you by consciously experiencing, you don't get into further mess. If it is in relation to my food, no problem. But in relation to another person, problem. Therefore, watch out. But suppose you have been angry with somebody, and your thought says, hey, I have been angry. So swallow your pride. Go and tell the person, sorry, I did that. Oof, fantastic. Why? In that acceptance, individuality is smothered. Who can say, I am sorry? For whom individuality doesn't matter. If I am sorry, I am sorry. I did something wrong, I did something wrong. It's not insultation, humiliation, sense of defeat. No. Understand. Suppose you are a person, please think, suppose you are a person, you never retaliate. The person can get immediate sense of victory. But later on, do you know what will happen? In time, the person who has not retaliated, he shall feel very comfortable. Appa, I never retaliated. Had I retaliated, what a mess I would have gone into. Thank God, happy. The person who had a sense of victory, he shall feel, Chah, why did I do that? I should not have hurt him. It will come. Because when you calm down, you know you have made a mistake. Are you getting that? That is why when you are conscious, you can, your whole living becomes beautiful. Prasada buddhi. Ragadvesha viyuktehi, free from a hold of ragadvesha. You do the action. Why? Previously, in ignorance, raga yukta, I was acting. Dvesha yukta, I was acting. I was acting looking for a pleasure, looking for happiness. Or to punish somebody, so that in my happiness is lying in punishing somebody, defying somebody, satisfying myself. But now, no. I am happy with myself. Why do I act? Action for action's sake. When you do that, prasada buddhi sarva dukkhanam hani, with that attitude when you act, action for action's sake, result doesn't matter. Result becomes prasada. Are you getting that? When you when acting for action's sake, result becomes prasada. That is why your every action becomes worship. For ordinary people, worshipping is an action. For the wise person, for a mumukshu, wise one who is engaged in this, every action is worship. For ordinary person, worshipping is an action. For the wise person, every action is meditation. Every experience is meditation. For ignorant person, meditation is a specialized experience. So speak the language of the Nirguna Brahma, meditation, or speak the language of the Saguna Brahma, Upasana. When you are a conscious entity, your every action is a dhyanam, meditation, every action is worship. When you are unconscious, your meditation is a specialized action. Therefore, there is a separation, dichotomy, division between, compartmentalization between religious life and spiritual life, meditation and other things, worshipping and other things. So when you are worshipping, you are worshipping. When you are a devil, you are a devil. When you are meditating, everybody is safe from you. The moment you come out of it, you are the Mr. Agitation hanging around. When you are a conscious person, your every action is worship. Every experience is meditation. Tasmat prasanna cetasa, absolutely at rest with himself, buddhi paryavatishthati. You are totally established in that knowledge of your being who you are. And then he says, prasansa. If it happens, what happens? Read. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata santihi asantasya kutas sukham nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi asantasya kutas sukham. Beautiful. Lovely verse. Ayuktasya buddhi nasti. See the beautiful line. Ayuktasya. One who has no karma yoga buddhi. Ayukta. Not karma yoga yukta. One who doesn't have this karma yoga buddhi. What is that buddhi? Karmanyeva adhikarame ma phaleshu kadachana. I have full privilege over the action. Act I must. Over the result of the action, I have no control. If you don't have that attitude, ayuktasya buddhi nasti. You have no atma, anatma buddhi. You cannot have that knowledge of yourself. Very difficult. Why? Because as long as you are considering yourself to be the actor, karta, bhokta, doer, enjoyer, I am this role and you are so much lost in that, what is the question of your losing yourself? In karma yoga buddhi, individuality almost is allowed to melt away. Why? Is no more there to either act or to expect the result of the action. Happy with myself, action for action's sake. In that attitude, individuality extinct. Are you getting that point, please? You are tremendously active, but no more attributing any credit or glory to yourself. It is no more a philosophy. Are you getting that point? The secret of action. Like you have removed the sugar from the sugar. It is sugar. You eat the sugar, but doesn't give you diabetic. You eat the fat, but doesn't give you fatty acids. You are eating the cheese, but doesn't give you cholesterol. You are acting, but this binding part of the action is individuality. When the individuality is taken away, action becomes glorious. No more you are affected. Are you getting that, please? Nasti buddhi. So buddhi ayuktasya buddhi nasti. Nacha yuktas ayuktasya bhavana. neither such a person can think. Ayuktasya bhavana nasti. That is why thinking comes in such premium. If you ask people to think, they can't. Action is very easy. Acting is very easy. That is why most people are practice oriented. Practice. What shall I do? Think. How long can I think? Arey, you don't understand. All your actions begin from thinking, right or wrong? You say you can't think. Then how are you going to act in life? Do you understand the point? The person says he can't think. But thinking is very tiring. So acting is very easy. So thoughtless actions, where does they lead you? Misery, pain, conflict. The person simply going on to see, hear, taste, or smell. Group, group experiences also. Group singing, group dancing, group jumping. You can do anything you like. It begins with a thought. Ayuktasya bhavana nasti. The person cannot think. And you know what is the next line? Abhavayatah santi nasti. If you can't think, you shall never be peaceful. Why? Thinking is your trouble. You can stop your action. Are you getting that point, please? You can suppose you are drinking, you stop drinking. Will you be peaceful? Your thoughts are driving you crazy. Rather, when you are drinking, you are peaceful because you are losing yourself. Now you can't lose yourself. While doing something, you can be peaceful because you are losing sight of other things. Why people demand to act on in life? Because that is why people become just like alcoholic, people become workaholic. That word they use in English. Workaholic. Because the person is totally inebriated by action. Drunk in the action. Cannot stay without action even for a second. Relaxation doesn't exist. The person says relaxation is a waste of time. Yes, laziness is a waste of time, not relaxation. We have completely messed up our life. Abhavayatah shanti nasti. If you cannot think, you shall not be peaceful. You understand, so much we have been discussing this from the day one. It is a matter of thinking, your pain and pleasure. Your bondage, your sense of bondage, is a matter of thinking or action. Where do you feel bound? Physically or mentally? Body feels bound? What is your bondage? Show your bondage. Physically you are free. Nothing in this world is holding on to you. What is your bondage? The car doesn't hold on to you, the person doesn't hold on to you, nothing. You are walking free. Then you say you are bound. Where? Are you getting that point, please? Bhavana. Your thought drives you crazy. That is why when wrong thoughts are given to us, and as we saw, when you don't know how to think, you are in perfect mess. And the thoughts don't bind. Listen carefully. Thoughts don't bind. I get myself bound by the thought. Therefore, I must know about myself. That is why the so-called education, which goes on giving us thoughts without introducing us to thinker, and the so-called religion, which goes on giving us thoughts, do's and don'ts, ideals, all these so-called good stuff, bad stuff, whatever you call it, moral, immoral, all that stuff, without introducing me to the thinker, the I, both become useless. Today's world is a perfect picture of it. There is never a time when there is greater prosperity, and there is never a time when a greater suffering. It's a huge paradox. There is never a time in the history of the world where there is greater prosperity. How many times which our forefathers did they even think one day that we will land in the moon? Worship the moon every day. How many festivities around the moon in all traditions? Mountains are worshipped. Now you are climbing the mountain. Just think of it. This is a clear proof. Arunachala is a mountain. To geologist, it's just another piece of rock. But a person thinks, oh, it's a Shivalinga. Why? Don't ask. Don't ask. Faith is faith. Faith is something not to be questioned. Faith and questioning don't go together. If you have faith, don't ask questions. Unless you want to disturb yourself. That is why when you start thinking, faith goes away. Then your thinking, faith falls a victim. You can't. You cannot. How is it possible? When I see clearly it is a rock, you tell me this is God. Nonsense. What are you talking? How can a rock be a God? God can be a rock, but rock is not God. That dimension has to come. That is why you have to think for yourself. What is God? What is truth? All pervasiveness. All inclusive. Then it is fantastic. We have been seeing it. Abhavayataha shanti nasti. If you can't think, you shall never be happy in life. Action will not make you happy. Action shall make you comfortable, uncomfortable. That line, you should see that. Abhavayataha shanti nasti. You can't be peaceful. You have to think it out. That is why withdrawing yourself from the action doesn't make you peaceful. Withdrawing yourself from everything doesn't make you peaceful. It can make you inactive. And since you are so busy, it may give you a sense of relaxation for some time. But again, the restlessness comes. What? That I am not doing anything. Are you getting that? If activities drown you, you shall get away for sometimes for inactivity. That will be very peaceful. Why? Because contrast. But after some time, again you shall be unhappy. Why? There is nothing to do. So you look for some engagement. Why? Your thoughts are driving you crazy. That is why think. Abhavayataha shanti nasti. Are you getting that? And if you are not peaceful, shanti, if you are not at peace with yourself, underline that last one. Ashantasya kutas sukham. The fellow who is discontented, dissatisfied, how can he ever be happy? Asantasya sukham nasti. The person who is always complaining, always discontented, always miserable, asantasya kutas sukham. Where is the happiness for the man who is content, always disappointed, discontented? I don't enjoy any of my role. Asanta. Body, not very good. Your job, useless. Family, forget it. Money, nothing. Want to go somewhere? Body is bad. Want to do something? I don't feel like. Asanta. To such a fellow, how can you make happy? Think. Asantasya kudasukam. The person who is discontent. See, that language is like a nugget. You know, it's like a nugget. Shantasya sukham. If you are contented, happy. Rather you are happy, therefore you are contented. Not that you are contented, therefore happy. If your contentment depends upon certain things, when those factors change, you shall be discontented. When you are discontented, again unhappy. No. When you are sukham, you are happy with yourself, shanta. Happy with yourself, then you are very restful. Why? Anything as it is beautiful. Can you accept it? Observe yourself. Anything except, oh, Swamiji, everything, anything as it is beautiful. That means the fellow will suppose an idiot. He says, anything as it is beautiful, I am an idiot. Why don't you do something writing? Anything as it is, I am very santa, I am sukham. I don't feel like, huh? You are happy, but you are happily active. Happily active. Why? For sustenance. That already I have told you so many times. Okay? Asanta. So this line goes like that. ayuktasya buddhi nasti. The person who doesn't have right attitude, no discrimination, no right thinking. So, when it comes to study, come to your religion, come to your study, come to your life, should you be mindlessly active or should you think about yourself? That is why secular studies has not solved the problem, will not solve it. Religious injunctions has not solved the problem, will not solve it. Because you are not touching the criminal. You are not touching the one responsible for distorting any thought. That is I thought, individual. Therefore, to teach thinking is not to give thoughts, but to introduce the person to the thinker, the I himself. How, what shall I say? When the world will recognize it, as we consider these are religion. If you are interested in yourself, you are selfish. You are interested in yourself, is religion. No. That is the basic for everybody. Religion has nothing to do with it, secularism has nothing to do with it. You be happy with yourself. You know about yourself. Then you choose what to worship, what not to worship. What to act, when to act. When to act, when not to act. What to do, what not to do. That must be your choice. I am happy with myself, you are happy with yourself. What gods you want to worship, you choose. What do you want to eat around it? Why are you asking me? Whatever available in that area. What action shall I do? You choose. Whatever you are proficient in, yes, you decide. Which one is better? Nothing is better. Listen carefully. If you appreciate it, you know that. Nothing is better. Just like from top to toe, which part of your body is better than the other? Huh? Any part of the body can completely kill you. One cell can be cancerous, the entire body shall be dead. And it can begin from anywhere from top to toe. Which one is better part of your body? Which is better part of the universe? Everything has a place. Which action is good or bad? Name it. There is no good action which you cannot make it bad. There is no bad action which cannot make it good. Understand? Because it's not the action, again the person who acts on. I have already seen all these things. A knife is not responsible either for killing a person or cutting a vegetable. Depends on the person. Knife is innocent. Words are innocent. You are using the words. Are you getting that? Words are innocent. The same word you can use, please, the same word you can use comforting somebody. The same word you can use insulting somebody. Hey, you idiot, come here. Huh? How can you call me that? Oh, what an idiot. Same word. Same word. Depends how you use. Anything. But average man's world is compartmentalized. Good word, good thought, bad thought, good action, bad action, right thing, wrong thing. Which is needed. For a child to grow up, it is needed. But later on you grow up. Know yourself who you are. Then every thought as it is. Shanta Purusha. Without thinking, nacha abhavayatah shanti nasti. If you can't think, you shall never be peaceful. Tell it to the practitioners. There will be a huge pandemonium. Huh? So we are all idiots. Why should I say? You think. You think. But the moment you ask for thinking, no, there is no thinking is not needed. Good, you continue. Who says? I'm going around the mountains, that's not enough. Why are you fighting? If it is enough, why are you arguing? Because you are not enough, you are arguing. Who resists? For whom the action is a security, if you say the activity is useless, the fellow will get angry. Why? Because you are taking away security. Because he is carrying one holy load inside his head or on his head, that he is going around the mountain, or is bathing in a river, or is singing a song, or is looking at a light. So already he is carrying one big bloated crown on his head. That is a very holy fellow. Now you are puncturing it. No action is holy. Now suddenly what is his speciality? Just because you are not eating garlic, you think you are a religious person? The person is very angry because he thinks he is a big man because he is not eating garlic, you see. Or just because you belong to a group, you are so wonderful. Every citizen of a country suppose the country is very rich, that doesn't mean every citizen is rich. In a group you can find as security. What type of security is that? Tell the people, no action shall make you happy. Therefore the immediate person says, no action will make me happy. Okay, suppose you don't act. Yes. No inaction also will make you happy, because inaction also is another action. Inactivity will make you lazy. Activity will make you some type of productive. Not every activity is productive. Go on, sir, how much can I talk to you? Inactivity also is an activity. I'm not doing anything. That's a huge activity. Because if you are asked to act, you shall be miserable. The fellow is doing a practice, tell him to stop it, he will be miserable. To keep yourself alive, you choose, act or not to act, speak or not to speak, do or not to do. Sir, you decide. To be happy, none of these things apply. For sukham, you are with yourself. Okay? You lose sight of it, you see what will happen. Read. How people lose themselves. Because when they are not aware of it, look how it happens. I tell you, I don't understand really how on earth these people knew so many things. Huh? Today we are going to moon, star, sun, what all things. But psychologically, it is another universe. It's another universe. Galactic travel. Real galactic travel. You understand how many people can have been think of these type of emotions. Forget these emotions, having these emotions. How many people can have these emotions? How many people are really angry, really jealous? One fellow, one emotion is enough. The series of emotions, you understand how rich you are? If you can use your anger, your hatred, your jealousy, your love, your affection, even this language will not be appreciated by many people. What? Using the language, hatred, jealousy? Yes. Are you not using a knife in your house? Yes. Are you always cutting the throat of people? No. So that's what it is. I use the anger, but not to cut down people. How do you talk this to people who doesn't think? That is why education, they are spreading education. What's the education they are spreading? More confusion. But it is better than not being educated. Okay. But then, sometimes lack of education made man different, simple, humble, is a good human being. Why? Because there was relationship dependence. Father, mother, husband, wife, respect was there. Today, as I told you yesterday, today that is gone. Why? Because I have a thought, Vishayandhayatu pumsa sangha upajayate, these thoughts. How can I satisfy my dream? Money. So, father is redundant. Mother, redundant. People, redundant. Why? My money. So everybody wants to have their own bank balance. My bank balance. So, I don't need anybody. That is the byproduct of that type of knowledge. There Therefore, educating means not only giving a means for survival, but also ultimately helping them to be happy with themselves. So this combination takes place. Be happy, then what is your religion? You decide. What is your secular attitude? You decide. What shall you do? You decide. Absolutely free person. Okay. If a person is not aware of himself, what will happen? Read. Indriyanami charatam yanmanonu vidhiyate tadasya harati prajñam vayurnabamibambhasi tasmadasya mahavaho nigrihitani sarvasah indriyani indriyarthebhyah tasya prajña pratisthita indriyanami charatam yanmanonu vidhiyate tadasya harati prajñam vayurnabamibambhasi tasmad yasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvasah indriyani indriyarthebhyah tasya prajña pratisthita. Right. So please see. If you are a thinker, very clear in your thinking, please see, I mean really I don't know how to go beyond this. Because when you see the world, so mindless, practice-oriented, that is as much painful as even mindless, talk-oriented. Talk. Talking a lot of Vedanta, Upanishad, but living horrible. Giving some thoughts to people. Teach thinking. That's why again and again you say, do you see this? Do you use this? There's two verses. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa, and there's two verses. A complete biography of any emotion. Do you understand? Do you really see? Can you handle your emotion? Yes. Can you handle a habit? Experiment on it. Like Gandhi's that book, My Experiment with Truth. Experiment with it. Can I handle a thought? Yes. You cannot stop talking nonsense. Your talk will have no meaning. It's like the 4 feet 2 inches fellow telling that, I can knock out the world top one wrestler. You can't talk. Show it now. And the 4 feet 2 inches fellow is shouting, and what he say? Oh, I can knock down anybody. Oh, knock down anybody. When people see, what do they say? They only smile and madcap. Why? Can't even lift a stone, thoda. He can't even reach out. What is the question? Hitting the top boxer of the world. So you look at yourself. You can't even stop fighting for a idli. Can't stop fighting for somebody tells you some one word, crazy. And that really drives you crazy. One fellow tells you one word. And it drives you completely crazy. And now you are teaching him, you are the absolute happiness. Shut up. Experiment with your own life. Is it really working? Why people don't go into the tantrics, tantras and siddhis and other things? Why they don't do it? Because They must see somebody has done it. Why people get into business now? Why people are getting into business? You see the fellow has started with nothing, and now he becomes so rich. Also, you know the fellow has started with everything, now suddenly so poor. You know the ups and downs. Clear picture in front of you. But you have never seen somebody burying himself underground. What has happened to him? Nothing. The fellow is fighting with a little space also. Then what is it? Chah, boring. It means nothing to you. So take a statement and work on it. Have you seen the biography of one emotion? One emotion. Just one. Your one habit, whichever habit, whatever, you decide, you decide. It can be a weakness for a music, your touch or a taste or a smell or a sight, anything, just anything. You see for yourself. At least if you are aware of your weakness, that itself will bring you smile. Because previously you thought you are very strong. Now at least you know you are weak. You will be humble. More conscious you are, humility comes in. Are you getting that? Natural humility comes to you. Cheh, I can't get out of my hatred, my jealousy. What is this? Automatically you will be humble, not arrogant. So observe yourself. And if you do that, you see this language, you say, how did they know? This is what, if you don't attribute it to some divine thing, you don't know what else to do. Anyway, blessed to have this knowledge. Indriyanam e charatam yan manaha anuvidhyate. Charatam indriyanam. See the whole mechanism, so beautiful. Charatam indriyanam manaha anuvidhyate. Sense organs, please see the language. Sense organs are as though moving around in the world of sense object. Charatam indriyana. The eyes, forms. Ears, sound. Nose, smell. Tongue, taste. Eyes, sight. Your eyes, just like you do that to a child, you'll know that, okay? You show the child the flower, you take it, his eyes will go with it. Suppose you are an adult, look at this flower. You look at it. Suppose I take it. Why? You can decide. What is there in the flower? Look at it. Hey, don't take me as an example, because suppose I say you will do it. No, just suppose ordinarily somebody says, look at this flower. Right. That's why in a audience, when somebody is there, magician, everybody clap. Only few people clap, not that everybody claps. Because somebody is talking, that doesn't mean everybody should do that. Or a child, if you show something, he'll go like that. You show him the food, it goes like that. That is why people kidnap the babies. How they kidnap the dogs? Same thing. Throw some food, the dog comes. Unless you are trained. Think. So, indriya, sense organs, by nature, they go on toward the sense object, corresponding sense object. Eyes, you looking at the side, ears. Suppose two people are talking and your mind is telling you, what are they talking? You are looking there, you are looking this side, but yours are that side. Because you are listening, wanting to listen to gossip. You are such an addict to listen to everybody's gossip that your eyes are here, but your ears are fully organized that side. Full attention. Now, what happens? Indriyanam, so just sense organ moving, manaha anuvidhiyate. For the unconscious person, as the sense organs move toward the sense object, the mind, manaha anuvidhiyate, mind also follows. That is where you are unconsciously sitting down in one place. Oh. Manaha anuvidhiyate. Paschat. Paschat. Vidhyat. It following. Tadasya harati pragyam. Asya purusasya tat pragyam haranti. This completely takes away he being aware of himself. This wisdom is lost. Why? The mind suddenly, losing sight of itself, goes toward the sense object. It's like you have given a word, please appreciate, you have given your word to your mother, that mommy, I'll be back home at 8 o'clock. Okay? So 5:36 onwards, you are with your friend. 7:30 comes, 7:45 comes, you are talking. Now you anuvidhiyate, talking. Your one thought comes up, mommy has told 8 o'clock, it's all right. Anuvidhiyate. 9 o'clock, mommy has told 8 o'clock, it's all right. Anyway, it's 1 hour late, another 1 hour, so what? Anuvidhiyate. Compromise. You understand? Unconscious compromise. Because manaha anuvidhiyate. You can't stop it. Hey, 8, I must go. No, can't stop it. Just like sleeping. You are sleeping. 4:30, 5 o'clock, you are sleeping. Enjoying. Sense organs. Now, what are you enjoying? Not involvement of the sense organ, but disengagement of the sense organ. What is deep sleep? In deep sleep, your sense organs are involved or disengaged? Total disengaged. Now you are enjoying being disengaged. Therefore, when you get up, manaha anuvidhiyate, little more disengagement is all right. Hey, but 6 o'clock class, 5:55. Manaha anuvidhiyate. Your mind. Who tells you? God is whispering in your ear. The persecution of thought is unimaginable. A dictator persecutes for one generation. Thoughts persecute for generations. That is why wrong thoughts, wrong conditioning, wrong religion, wrong secular attitude, it destroys people from generation to generation. That is why this knowledge is such a blessing. Allows itself to be questioned, allows itself to be analyzed. Suppose a thought tells you you should not question. What type of thought is that? A book which teaches me tells I should not be questioned. A teacher who teaches said that I should not be questioned. What are you going to learn? The teachers must be questioned. The books must be questioned. There is an unquestioned acceptance of authority. That is why it becomes authoritarian religion. Dictatorship. Political dictatorship. Do you like it? No. Then why religious dictatorship? For what? Political dictatorship you don't like. Then how come the same people, those who do not like political dictatorship, are happily succumbing to a religious dictatorship? Whatever this man says is right? No. You can't say that to the Upanishads. No. Tad vidhi. Krishna will tell, hey Arjuna, know this, pranipatena, pariprasnena. Fall at my feet, but question. Why should I fall at your feet? Respect. Not that he demands it. Pranipata means surrender. Surrender. Not falling at the feet. Surrender. Why? So far nothing has solved the problem. But because you are surrendering, don't surrender your intellect. Pariprasna. Question. Or else, what will happen? indriyanam vicharatam. How do you lose yourself? You are sitting down in one place. You know how you gossip for 1 hour? Have you sit down and gossiping with people for 2-3 hours? Doing nothing, simply gossiping? Of course, you don't do, so you will not understand that. But only ordinary people. How do you do that? Simply, what are you doing? Oh, money went there. What is this philosophical discussion? Went there. Who else was there? That man there. What did he say? Did he talk anything about me? No, not about you. But somebody told anything about me? No, because you think so important, you consider yourself so important, you think you are the object of discussion by the whole universe. What a headache. It's like telling in Sanskrit, in Hindi they say, "Ah, well, mujhe maar." When a cow come and hit me. Why are you dragging? Until you listen to something, did he say? No. But maybe somebody said you didn't hear it. Because you want to hear some nonsense. Ayo. Okay, suppose another person wants to listen to his glory. So, there will be flatterers around. Talk nonsense which he doesn't deserve. How long you talk? Hours. Why? Mano anuvidhiyate. Can you cut it? If you don't cut it, tadasya asya purushasya prajñam haranti. It takes away the wisdom. You forget yourself. Like Vayur Navaiva Ambasi. Vayu Ambasi Navaiva. Like the air takes away the boat in the water. The water is there. Water is not a problem. Boat is there. Boat is not a problem. Rudderless boat. So wherever the breeze goes, the same direction the boat goes. Ta-da-ra-ra. What is the direction of the boat? The boat, again, rudderless boat. It is on the water. Wherever the breeze blows, it goes. Some people are like that. Wherever the thoughts take them, they are there. With one thought in the house, another thought in the cinema, another thought in the restaurant, another thought with a friend, with another thought fighting with somebody, another thought crying with somebody. Now what type of life is this? The Shiva is better. Animals are better because animals don't remember. But you go, get into a mess, then you remember also. You make the mess, but you remember that the other person makes the mess. Unconscious activity. Vayu Navambasi. In the same way, as if you are unconscious with the sense organ, the sense organs are naturally directed toward the sense object. So, as the sense organs, it's a beautiful language, charatam, moving about in the sense object world, because sense organs are seeing the sense object world. Just like you are seeing, you are walking, you saw the peacock. Ah, so nice. Now you follow the peacock. So beautiful, observe it. You come out and you saw the peacock. Now you are following the peacock for next 20 minutes. Forgetting that somebody has sent you to take a glass of water and give him. Now you are following the peacock. Oh, water, water, water. Then you forgot. Why? Don't ask, just forgot. Same thing happens. Listen carefully. Just like you do it outside, same thing you can do it inside. Thoughts you are perceiving. Charatam. Yatato yapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha. Pramathinindriyani parasabi aranti prasabham manaha. Even if you are striving, you are contemplative, now the thoughts are coming, suddenly thought, gone. You are not going anywhere. You are sitting down in one place. Your body is in ashram. Your mind is in London. Are you getting that? Your body is here. But your thought is everywhere else. of course, you totally lost sight of yourself. Now when you are going about, think of it. Suppose you are unconsciously going about around a peacock, then somebody says, don't follow that peacock. Huh? Look at this fellow, that's so rude. Now you should say, why did I follow that? Thank you. You go away. Do you understand? I don't know how simpler I can make. If you don't understand, I don't know, you do what you want to do. It's very difficult. Thoughts, you can go like that, your own thought is sitting down in one place, wool gathering, sitting down in one place. Either miserable or happy. Some good memories, simply laughing away. Some bad memories. There's certain days for no reason, one pot face. $1 million loss. For some reason, some other day, all 32 teeth. What happened? Moods. One thought. And moody people, you don't know what to do. Why? You are very careful. Now he is smiling, God knows what will happen after 2 days, 2 minutes. You are very careful. Now if you are careful of moody people, do you think you should be moody? No, others should not have mood. But I have my privilege to be in the mood. Don't worry. Nobody will be around you. Parati pragya, just like the vayu, the breeze carries away the boat in the water, the thoughts can carry you away. Possibilities are there. If it is happening, say, oh my God, stupid I am. Therefore, be conscious. Tasma, therefore, what shall I do? Having given the problem, tell the solution. Tasmadasya mahabhav. Hey, mighty armed one, tasmad. Indriyani indriyartebhya sarvasaha nigruhitani. One who indriyani indriyartebhya. Sense organs, you are withdrawing from the sense object. Then, naturally thereafter, going to the level of the thought and being away from the thought, meaning being with yourself, sthita pragya pratisthita. So, 2 ways you can be distracted. Very gross person, in the world, in the mind. Yes, person who has started thinking, world is not a problem, thinking is a problem. The person is aware of himself, neither the thought is a problem nor perception is a problem. Now you ask for yourself where you belong. Are you losing yourself in the world? No. Thought? No. You are right on the spot yourself. Sometimes the thought, work on it, don't worry about it. Sometimes in the world, work on it, don't worry about it. In fact, nothing to worry. Asocyananna sochastvam. Don't grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. Why? Because you are the solution. Problems are temporary. Life is so beautiful. Problems are temporary. Why are you converting a temporary problem to permanent one? How capable you are? You see that? You are converting a temporary problem to permanent. Everywhere temporary visa, but you want a permanent residency to anger. All temporary visa. Enter and go. Enter and go. All temporary visa to all thoughts, all emotions, all experiences. But for me, permanent residency of kingdom of anger. Permanent residency to jealousy, pain, misery, gossiping, fighting with everybody. Why do you want to be a permanent resident? Permanent residence is only one place. Be yourself. Everybody, the permanent residence of the absolute infinite wisdom. Everywhere else, temporary visitors visa. Enjoy yourself. Okay? We shall sure of it in the afternoon. Madhava, close your eyes. Ishvara, think over it, think over it. Because nacha abhavayataha santi. If you can't think, you'll have no peace. Some people will say, thinking is, for them, because they equate thought with thinking, they shall say thinking is miserable. They don't understand the difference between thought and thinking. A thought drives you crazy because your thinking is wrong. Not changing their thinking, they try to change their thoughts. To change the thinking, you must help the person to know the thinker himself.